Hi, Aries, or anyone watching for Aries. This is your monthly love reading for the month of April. I have shuffled your deck and pulled your cards. So let's take a look at what has been going on with you. You have a lot of cards in your spread. You got reunion, intimacy, promises, lots of cards talking about some sort of reconciliation or reunion. I'm also seeing at the bottom of your deck, it feels as though somebody let their temper or their ego get the better of them. It could be you or it could be the person you're dealing with. If you're watching for Aries, just reverse the roles. The problem here is that someone thought they were winning a battle by going with their ego or like their shadow nature, right? It seems like they gave up, and this could be even you that gave up on whatever this was. But for whatever reason, that didn't affect the person that you were dealing with. If you were trying to like get a rise out of them, you're seeing that they're still living their life. You know, it's almost like you may have thought that you were playing a game with them. You know, it feels like you and this person have a tendency to be super off and on or try to one up each other. And now what I'm seeing here is that when you did this Five of Swords, strength in the reverse, I feel like this was you. You know, I feel like you're the person who ended up doing this last go round here where you kind of one-upped your partner. I think that you were under the impression that they would come back sooner or that they would respond in some way like you're used to. You know, maybe if you one-up them by creating distance, they would come closer or they would give you some kind of reaction. And it always leads to a reconciliation, right? Like whatever you guys are going through, it seems like there's always a reconciliation between the two of you. But now it hasn't happened the way that you thought that it would. It almost looks like either this person decided to start dating other people or they actually reconciled with someone else and have been spending time with someone that they dealt with in the past, and you're seeing that. And it's making you feel like you need to do something new. When I'm looking at your energy as far as like where you're at and why, you're feeling very defeated in this moment. It's almost like there's a lot that you wish you would have been able to tell this person when you had their attention, because your card says express your love and it's coming out in the reverse. You know, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I feel like when you had this person's attention, that wasn't the case, right? Maybe the last time you saw each other, there was something that happened between the two of you that you are starting to regret. You know, Nine of Swords, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Cups reversed. I think that whoever is coming through in your spread, the X in the reverse, you thought this was your forever person, right? And so maybe you felt like the bond was so deep between the two of you that even if you argue, you would still find your way back to one another. And this person's behavior is making you feel as though they're not coming back or they're going to do something else with someone else. It's possible that you're getting information about this person having made a decision, you know, to stop grieving you or stop feeling sad over you. I think that there's an energy here of perhaps you having a way to see what this person is up to, because before it looked like maybe this person was feeling down about the connection and so they were staying home or staying in the house a lot, whereas now it feels like you've seen something that has led you to believe that they're healing or they're getting over the last go around the two of you had. And so it's making you feel as though maybe you took the wrong direction in regards to this connection. There's something that you're either seeing or hearing that's got you feeling as though your reality has shifted, your reality has changed in regards to what is going on here. It's like this person isn't playing a game with you. They really have created distance, right? They really are kind of off doing something else now. And I think that that's making you want to take action, because here you are stepping into this Emperor energy. For the time being, though, as you're watching this, it feels like you're still very undecided. It's like you got the information of whatever they're doing, but you're not sure what to do with it, because that would require something completely different than what you're used to or perhaps what you've done in the past, right? And I think that that's a little bit bothersome for you because there's an energy of you having to be the one to come forward or having to be the one to give. And there's a feeling of like, if I give in, what dynamic will be next? Like, if I give an inch, will they take a mile? Or will they start to perceive me as being weak because now I'm returning when I'm the one that walked away, right? I feel like you're regretting telling this person that you wanted to be single or that you wanted to be alone or do other things, because now it looks like you're seeing that this person is either committed somewhere else or committed to something else, and it's bothering you. I think you felt like if you told this person you wanted to be single, they would come after you, right? Or they would be more apt to like ask you why do you want to be alone? It feels like maybe this was your way of trying to get this person to dive deeper into how you feel. Instead of you just telling them, it's almost like you wanted them to kind of drag it out of you or be like, well, didn't you love me? Or why won't you be with me? Because I think that you wanted this person to like coerce you more or to try to sway you into being with them, right? You didn't want to just have to like do it yourself. It was almost like you wanted them to desire you to the point that you're like, well, okay, I guess, instead of like showing passion and going after what you want. I'm not sure why you do that. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. So you're the kind of person where you'd rather act like you don't care, because then that way, if it doesn't work out, you aren't hurt. Even if you are hurt, at least like you can save face of like, well, this relationship wasn't my idea anyway, so I don't care if it works or not, right? Or I wasn't really into them. They wanted me. So when it falls apart, it is what it is, right? They picked me. But I think deep down, you really wanted this person. And now you're trying to figure out what to do about it because things aren't going the way that you thought that they would. I feel like you had gotten to a point with this energy where it was kind of like do or die, right? Like something needs to change or this can't keep happening. And unfortunately, maybe you didn't get the memo or you didn't think that that was the case at the time. You know, this person could have been acting like they always do. And so you assumed that it was just like a normal argument, right? But they already had one foot out the door is what this looks like to me, because they felt like you had shut them out for a long time. And so it's almost the energy of them like, okay, well, if Aries doesn't need me or Aries doesn't want me, I need to believe that. Like, I need to stop trying to force myself upon Aries is kind of how this person was seeing it. Like, if Aries wanted me, they would come after me because I see them go after everything else they want with such passion. Whereas with me, it's like they're just really lukewarm. So I just need to accept the fact that I'm not what Aries wants, right? And I need to do something else. I'm not sure exactly what will happen with this person, simply because as I'm looking into the energy for April, you have the Knight of Wands. I feel like this is you. I think that even though you don't expect for things to go well, if you were to try to like reconcile with this person, you're still going to try, because this is like activating your Aries energy. And suddenly there's this renewed sense of passion here where it's like, what do you mean I failed at this? What do you mean this person's getting away? What do you mean they're not really coming back? Right? And so it makes you want to go to war. It makes you want to fight for what's yours or what you perceive to be yours, right? To throw your bid in and be like, no, I'm the best competitor. I'm the best choice. Why would you not pick me? So it's interesting to me with you guys, because it's like you can not pick someone all day and expect them to come after you, right? And pursue you. But then when someone takes you at your word and they're like, okay, Aries, I mean, like, if you want to do something else, do something else. Suddenly that ignites this passion of like, no, what do you mean? Like, you would just let me walk away? What's wrong with you, right? So it almost looks like you're the one that's going to be taking the action this month. You know, starting the month, you're kind of trying to figure out what your strategy is, I feel like, because you've definitely seen something that's got you feeling like you need to move. 9 of Swords. You're very concerned about whether or not this person is doing something else. Let's see what this person is doing. The World. Yeah, so they're acting like they're not going to come back. 10 of Swords. Wow. Yeah, they're super, super acting like they're done with this. I think in a way that you've never seen before, and it's starting to really scare you. Because when I'm looking at your person's energy, you got the Lovers in the reverse. So they could be moving on to someone else, or they could be dating in a way that you're able to see, right? That they're doing something else. And that's really triggering you to take action this month, is what it looks like to me. This is definitely you. You know, I think you're going to try to maybe come back and be like, hey, I've been thinking I don't want to be without you, right? Or would you be open to starting something new? I feel like this person will be receptive to that, because this will affect you as Temperance, 3 of Wands. So you would definitely have a conversation with this person. But I'm seeing that if you don't take action this month, you're not going to have any kind of result, because you are going to have to be the one to do something about this, being that you were the one who made it seem like you didn't want it to begin with. And then this person just like believed you finally, like, okay, I'm done. I'm tired of this narrative. You know, I think unfortunately this person didn't know how you really felt about them. And maybe that's because you just didn't ever really tell them how you felt. There's a lot of worry coming from your person. Not currently, but in the past. They didn't feel like they had enough to go on with you. And so that's part of your obstacle, is like, this person doesn't view you as caring about them or liking them as much as you do. This person feels like they gave a lot to the situation, and you always kind of had this energy of feeling like you were solo or you were alone. Maybe this was a situationship, and so you treated this person like they weren't like your partner or your counterpart. And it feels like you would say things publicly about like being by yourself or having to be by yourself, when in reality this person was like behind the scenes supporting you or being there for you. And so this person already has like kind of a bad taste in their mouth about this situation, because they feel like when they were showing up for you, you weren't acknowledging them publicly. There's an energy here of perhaps you like being on social media and talking about like how long you've been single, but then also spending time with this person. And so they're getting really frustrated, or they were really frustrated. And that's part of why they started feeling like they needed to do something else. This person feels like in a lot of ways you made a fool of them, simply because they were committed to you, even if there wasn't a title. And it felt like you somehow publicly disrespected them or like didn't acknowledge them in a way that it's almost like their friends were looking at them like, okay, are you really with Aries? Because Aries doesn't act like they know you, right? And so the difficulty here is like, I think behind closed doors, this person would be receptive to what you have to say. But as far as making something like long term, at the moment, they feel really embarrassed about like a reconciliation with you, simply because of the way that perhaps you made them feel in front of their family or their friends with this Hierophant in the reverse. I feel like, yeah, 5 of Pentacles reverse. I feel like this person was there for you in times that perhaps you never acknowledged. And so now they're just not wanting to put themselves back in that situation because they feel stupid. Like, they would feel dumb telling their friends that they're dealing with somebody who treated them, right? Like they weren't even there, like they didn't even exist. So it sucks, because it feels like there's a lot of damage that's been done to the situation. It feels like it's not enough for you to just like open a dialogue with them, even though I do see that there's a possibility for that to happen, because you got heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. But I think if I were you and I wanted to talk to this person, I would try to meet up with them somewhere in public, because it feels like throughout the course of whatever the two of you had, you like kept this person a secret. And that is something that they can't stand for anymore, you know? Even if it's like you guys were together and people knew you were together, but you just like wouldn't post or, you know, put pictures up of them, or you never made plans for the future with them or included them and stuff. There's something here where this person feels like you only want them when it's convenient to you, but you don't want to commit to them publicly. So, I mean, maybe you were in a relationship when you were dealing with this person. I don't know. Because it looks like this person feels like they had to do everything and then they weren't getting any kind of like public acknowledgement or any kind of validation. And so it almost looks like that's kind of what they're looking for, is a relationship that can be public. So if you want to get this person's attention, my advice to you would be to plan like a date outdoors, you know, where you're actually like spending time with them in a way that it's not like at night, right? Or 4 o'clock in the morning and you're like Netflixing, right? Like make the effort to show this person that you don't have a problem being with them. You know, if you wanted to impress this person, I would say probably like post something where you're tagging them, right? Or like a picture of something that the two of you did so that people can see that you're working on something with them, right? Because this person feels like they were never exclusively a part of your life, but they feel like you always wanted them to like support you or be there for you. So I think your best bet would be to try to help this person to see that you really don't want to be by yourself, right? That you're willing to start incorporating them into your life, because there's a huge energy of you having told this person that you want to be alone. And even when they were with you and they were trying really hard, it felt like you were really cold and you always acted like you were by yourself, you know? So if you want to win this person over, you might have to start showing them that they matter to you in a way that other people can see. Not that it should matter what other people think, right? But like I said, if you were with this person and you kept them a secret, or like that you would always ignore them, you know, or not make it known that you were with somebody and you're just telling everybody how it sucks to be single, right? Like this person just sitting there looking dumb, you know, and so they don't want to be back in a situation like that. Your advice is to talk to this person, tell them how you feel, right? Because you're going to lose them. I'm seeing that really strongly here. This person is not wanting to stay somewhere that they don't feel appreciated, or they feel like they have to fight for the same thing over and over. So you could have been dealing with this person for quite a while because they feel like the situation never changes between the two of you. Like they're always waiting for you to reciprocate, or they're always waiting to feel like they matter, you know? So I think that this person, in all honesty, Aries, they're going to end up leaving if you don't do something. It's going to have to be like a dramatic display of like love. If you don't commit to this person, if you don't show this person that you want this, because they know you well enough to see how you've like fought for other things in your life, whether it was your promotion or, you know, you showing up for friends or family or whatever the case is. And so if you're showing up for everybody but this person, and then you hide them or you treat them like they're an option, they want what they've seen you give to everybody else. That's all there is to it. Like they want the title in your life. They want to know that you're not going anywhere. They want to know that you're committed to them. And if it's not you, then they want that from someone else, because they've gotten into a space where they kind of feel like you're not capable of doing that. Yeah, they feel like you're just always going to push them away and then be sad and come back. And they're beginning to feel like in doing this with you, not only is it not working, but it's keeping them from, you know, a partner that would be able to build with them. They're tired of being sad about you, and they're tired of missing you and feeling like you don't care. This person really thinks you don't care about them at all. Maybe because you haven't reconciled with them yet, or maybe because whatever happened between the two of you, it was really hurtful and you never came back because you expected them to like come after you, but you just like don't realize how much you hurt them. So they think you don't care about them at all. I mean, I think that if you want this, you're going to have to be honest about your feelings. And that might be hard for you, but the alternative is you watching this person be with someone else, because whatever happened between the two of you, I don't even know that you realize, but it like really, really hurt them. You know, and maybe they didn't show it or they didn't tell you, but the fact that you really hurt them and then didn't do anything past that, because you had the expectation that it was like, okay, now your turn, are you gonna say something back? They didn't. They're hurting right now and they don't want to keep hurting. I think for a lot of you, this person's kind of getting over that pain because it looks like you haven't come towards them. They're viewing you as somebody who just doesn't care, and maybe for you, you're looking at it like, well, how could they think I don't care when I showed up or I was there, or we've been at this forever, or whatever the case is. But maybe ask yourself, like, did you really tell this person how you felt? Did you really make space for this person in your life? Because if you didn't, then this is your reading. This is how they feel because they don't know. Okay. So it looks like you'll have an opportunity to apologize to somebody or reconcile with somebody, but it's really going to be up to you, right? It's going to be based on whatever you do. If you do nothing, you'll have nothing. You'll probably be with somebody else later on. But I feel like this person will end up doing something else because they're already on their way to like dating again or trying to meet someone new. And I think you know that, or you're getting information about that this month. And that's what's really kind of lighting a fire under you to figure out, is there anything left of this, right? I think the two of you were really like obsessed with each other at one point. But for whatever reason, this person just doesn't feel like they were important to you. Maybe it seems like you moved on really easy. And maybe that's part of your love game, is like giving attention to other people or whatever. But something about this time around, it was serious for this person. Like they needed something from you that they felt like you didn't give because you didn't care. So let's get an oracle message for you guys. Good luck with this. I guess I just say follow your heart, right? I mean, if your heart is not where this person is, I'd be surprised based on all the cards that I'm seeing. But maybe put your ego to the side, right? Because if you live through your ego, that's all you're going to have. That's all you're going to have to keep you company, right? People get tired of things like that. All right, you got imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities in your life. So, I mean, I guess worry less about what happened in the past. Worry more about what you can do now to create the future that you want. Because it feels like that's kind of part of the hang up, is you're coming to the realization of like, man, if this person was taking what I said serious, I guess I really did kind of mess up, or maybe I really did hurt their feelings. Like, you can't let that stop you from going after this person. I mean, you can, but look at the outcome. Would you rather face your fear and talk to them, or would you rather see them end up with someone else because they never knew where you stood, or if you wanted them at all? So I guess like whichever motivates you the most, right? You got, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. So it's time to follow your heart, like I said. Let's get one more. Wow, sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it's truly sacred. So this person very well could have been like a soulmate, a twin flame, somebody that like really is that person like that you were supposed to spend your life with. And I think that's why you're so bothered at the thought of them doing something else. But you have to ask yourself, like, have you been doing something else? You know what I mean? Not to like seem mean, but it's like, okay, if this person did all the things to you that you have been doing to them, or like all the things in life, like say you're dating a bunch of people and posting stuff, would you be okay with that person treating you that way, right? Reflection, give each other some space at the moment, trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So the universe is trying to help you with this, right? I think the first step is just for you to at least like say something, you know what I mean? Because I see that this is someone you care about, but like you gotta make moves, right? All right, guys, I don't know. Good luck with this. I hope it all works out for you. If for some reason this didn't resonate, you can check out your other placements. But this is your April message, and I will speak to all of you again soon. Bye.